Alright, what's up guys? It's Case here. How you guys doing today? What's up? I'm back with another Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND DLC discussion video for you guys today. Finally, finals week's over for me as of now. That was for you this week as well. Hopefully you guys got through that too. And hopefully you guys got some good grades on whatever you're doing. And that kind of stuff, yeah. But anyways, again, I'm going to be doing a Kingdom Hearts 3 discussion video for you guys, discussing the Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND DLC, and what I generally think it's going to be, what I think it's going to kind of entail, and what, kind of speculation that other people are having right now. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and yeah, without further ado, let's actually get into this. So I'm guessing we all know about this thing by now, the Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND DLC, but if you haven't heard about it yet, or just don't know too many details about it, a couple days ago at the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra World of Triss event, I think that's what it's called, sorry if I'm butchering that name, Nomura went up on stage and announced some paid DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 that's coming in the near future called Kingdom Hearts ReMIND. This is just a temporary title right now. It's going to be called something different when it eventually comes out, hopefully. And we don't know too many details about it right now. He just revealed small little bits and pieces of it, so we have a lot more time to kind of speculate on what it means. We'll definitely get some more news about it in the future, but as of right now, here's what we know. So we know that it's going to be including an additional scenario called Kingdom Hearts ReMIND, hence the name. And it's going to be coming with a limit episode and a boss, as well as a secret episode and a boss. We don't know exactly what he means by limit episode right now. I'll get to that in a minute. And some other things like the Japanese version will include a option for English voice acting, hopefully vice versa for the English version as well. And a free update that includes a brand new Keyblade and a new form. So the people who don't want to pay for the DLC don't have to miss out on that. And that's it, as of right now, at least. We don't know too many other details, like we don't know the release date, we don't know the pricing of anything like that. We just know these small little details they revealed at this event right here. Again, small little details, but it's something to go off of at the very least. Of course, we're going to get some more information in the future. But for right now, let's kind of speculate on what I think it kind of generally all means and kind of what is Kingdom Hearts ReMIND. I'm going to be kind of going over my speculation on what I think it is, and some other speculation that other people are going through right now. I'm not a story expert by any means, so I may mess some things up in here. I'm going to try my best. But anyways, let's get into that. So let's first discuss the namesake of the DLC itself, Kingdom Hearts ReMIND, the additional scenario that's coming with the game. And there's a bunch of speculation going on around about this right now. There's a bunch of stuff talking about different things, but there's two main things that people are talking about and kind of stuff that I generally agree with. The first thing has to do with Xion and kind of something to do with her story in Kingdom Hearts 3. Because as we all know, if you completed the game, well, if you haven't completed it, spoiler warning from here on out, you've been warned. But as we all know, when you played the game, at the final battle, Xion just kind of shows up out of nowhere without any explanation of how she got there or how she just came to the final battle. She's just there now. She's just kind of there. There's a big plot hole. People got really mad about that there wasn't explained in the game itself. And this is kind of the way that I see it. I don't know if other people see it like this as well, but this is kind of the way I look at this thing right here. So it's called Kingdom Hearts ReMIND. Re is kind of a thing that's been used in Kingdom Hearts before, coining the remakes of certain games and stuff like that with Kingdom Hearts Re-Chained Memories and Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Those were used for those titles. And I think, re, of course, means remake or remix, something like that. I don't know exactly, but it's another version of what's going on here. So I think that may play into the title right here because of the way they type it right here in the article. I don't know if this is official, but re is kind of a lowercase, but mind is all uppercase. So that kind of entails that re is kind of an extension of the mind. And Xion, I guess, she's supposed to be a ghost. I don't know if she actually has a mind. She's kind of a nobody, something like that. It's kind of a combination of Kairi and Sora. When that whole thing happened, and maybe she's going to be getting a mind of her own, a mind of her own. She's going to be alive. As we can tell by the very end of the game, she does have her own self now, I guess, because she has an outfit and stuff like that. And maybe that's what this title entails, like, Kingdom Hearts ReMIND. So she's getting a remade mind or something like that. I don't know. That's kind of the way I see it. That's kind of my speculation. But the kind of main thing that people are going off of right here is the fact that Taizori or Tatsunori Nomura, I can't remember who, said in an interview a while ago that Xion's backstory will be explained in DLC, and they're gonna kind of explore that story and what happened to her and how she got back miraculously at the end of the game, stuff like that. So that's kind of blatant right there that they're gonna explain it in DLC, and maybe it'll be this one. Who knows? But the second piece of speculation that I'm seeing for this right here, Kingdom Hearts ReMIND, is that something to do with Axel / Lee and Isa or something like that? Because of course, Axel's big catchphrase, got it memorized, of course, ReMIND, memorize, memories, all that kind of stuff. So it does have something to do with the name and stuff like that in his catchphrase. And there are some stuff left up in the air about Axel's story and the Isa thing. They explore that a lot in Kingdom Hearts 3. They're kind of a relationship because that was kind of explored. They showed that they were friends back in Birth by Sleep, right before they became nobodies, and they kind of explored that more since they're enemies now in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is kind of an interesting dynamic. So maybe that means that they're going to explore that a little bit more in this additional scenario, showing a little bit more of that story for the game and kind of explore their relationship a little bit more, which I'd be really fine with, you know what I mean? Because it is a very interesting kind of dynamic going on since they were really good friends in the past and now they're enemies, and that's it kind of makes a rift between them, a really interesting rift that I think it makes them really more interesting characters. So I think that could be a really cool thing that's going on. All we have to go off right now after that is ReMIND, it's his catchphrase, stuff like that. That's pretty much the only thing to go off of right now. But if that was the case, I'd be fine with that because that's really cool. I'd like to explore that a little bit more. Well, moving on from the ReMIND scenario, let's talk about this limit episode right here and kind of speculate on what exactly this means right here in this new boss. So this is a new term for Kingdom Hearts right here. I've never seen this used before. I've been doing this for 6 years and I've never seen a term limit episode before. So this is going to be a new thing, I guess, for Kingdom Hearts right here. And, when you hear limit and Square Enix kind of being mentioned in kind of similar contexts, what is the first thing you think about? Of course, Final Fantasy, because that's where limits come from. That's where the term limit form came from for Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, because they have limits in there. I think it was first introduced in Final Fantasy VII, don't quote me on that, but I think it's going to be kind of a mainstay over there in that series. And of course, limit episode, that's a new term. We haven't heard that before, like I mentioned before. And it limit Final Fantasy, so it's hinting a lot towards, I think, Final Fantasy content being in here, because again, if we played the game all the way through, you know that there's no Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3. There was just no room for them, I think, in the main story as of right now. They kind of had to focus on the main story itself. They didn't want to include Final Fantasy characters in there right away, I guess. That's kind of as what they said in several interviews and stuff like that. That's why they weren't in there. But maybe they'll be adding them through DLC in this limit episode right here. Maybe we'll be getting to catch up with Cloud, Sephiroth, Squall, all those people, the Hollow Bastion gang, stuff like that in this limit episode. And it's going to come with a boss as well. So if it has something to do with Final Fantasy, I think it's pretty obvious what that boss will be. Sephiroth or Cloud. Either one of those two. I would die if it was Sephiroth, because God, that's just the best secret boss in Kingdom Hearts ever. And I'd be fine with Cloud too, but Sephiroth would just be so badass. I would love to hear One Winged Angel in the game itself and play it on critical mode. God, that would just be amazing, man. That would just be amazing. So if that's what they're talking about with this limit episode, obviously that's what the boss would be. So I'm excited to see what they mean by this. I think it's hinting towards it being a Final Fantasy content kind of thing, and it's an episode, so it's going to include cutscenes, I guess, and stuff like that, and we'll just have to wait and see, man. I can't wait to catch up with the Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts if that is the case. And finally, let's talk about this, secret episode with this boss as well. So, this one's a little bit more vague. It just says secret episode and boss, so it could be really anything as of right now. There's a bunch of stuff going on, and, it's kind of your own idea of what you want it to be. The thing that I see a lot of people talk about, HOK talked about this as well, which I think it'd be really cool, is that it takes place during that secret ending, where Riku and Sora are in Shibuya and Tokyo and stuff like that. They're just kind of exploring that town, all that good stuff. Maybe it has something to do with that, and there I'm kind of explaining what they mean by that and kind of how they got there. I'd be really interested to see how they got there in the first place. That's kind of the big thing going on right there, but I think that maybe hyping up the next saga of games and not DLC for it exactly. I don't think he'd do that with kind of a big secret episode like that. But I guess he could, maybe at the end of the secret episode, you know, we just get another tease for the next saga, and a boss that comes with it as well, which of course, if that's the case, that would be Yazura, which I think that's the guy's name, and we'd fight him in that city and stuff like that. So, you know, it's kind of just vague on what this means. I maybe have something to do. I really don't know. I really don't know, honestly. That's kind of the awesome speculation that I saw from HMK. I really like what he talked about in there. But that's just me. You know what I mean? I'd really love it to be that, if that's the case. But it's just a secret episode. It's anything you could really want right now. We'll have to wait and see what it's all going to entail when this thing actually comes out. And that's all I want to talk about, you guys, in this video, the kind of discussion on Kingdom Hearts ReMIND. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Tell me down in the comments below your kind of speculation on what Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND is. Do you think ReMIND has something to do with Xion or Axel/Lee and Isa and stuff like that? Do you think the Limit episode has something to do with Final Fantasy, since the name Limit? And what do you think the secret episode is going to be in that boss? What kind of speculation do you have, and what do you want it to be? Tell me down in the comments below your opinion. Also, make sure to subscribe, like this video, follow me on Twitter, because that'd be really awesome if you did. This has been K Central, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!